So what does the hackers do? As I mentioned during the session as well, okay, you have a pen testers, you try to simulate the attacks, you try to get what you can do, you do the vulnerability assessment, trying to find out what vulnerabilities, what issues the company might be having. You do security audits, so you have been called that, come up and find out what issues my system will be having. Red team operations, like red team is offensive operations, you try to attack on the company with their consent. Okay, so we call it red team. Education and training, sometimes you have been asked to spread the cyber awareness within the organization and develop the security tools as well, and then you need to develop the scripts or the tools for the testing and defense over there. Can the hacking be ethical? If with the consent and with the legal agreements later on, because your IP, your details are getting registered in the client infrastructure. Later on, the client should not deny. There should be legal agreements that yes, you are allowing me to scan your infrastructure to find out vulnerabilities into your infrastructure over there. Okay, so these are a couple of things we need to take care of. So as I mentioned, some various verticals or the profiles which we have in cybersecurity is, one was the red team, as I mentioned, who is doing the attacks, and the another one is blue team, who is trying to defend the attacks, and the one in the middle is SOC, Security Operations Center, who is only doing monitoring, who is only watching that there are some attacks happening in the real-time environment over there. Okay, so we have SoC analysts who will do the monitoring, red teamers who are the ethical hackers or the pen testers who are trying to attack on the server, and the blue teamers who is trying to find out. So SOC is also comes on the blue team, although, who is trying to find out that there is an attack, and then they are going to protect from the attack over there. So that's something people as a red teamers and the blue teamers trying to do there. Okay, and then this is the another vertical we have, which you call compliance. So people who do not want to do much more of the technical things, playing with the system, doing the hacking and the part, and they just want to be in the cybersecurity as well. So compliance is the another choice they generally have. So nowadays, there's a designations, or I will say there's a department which is known as GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. Okay, GRC, this is something we are having. So that is what we need to governance, again the policies, risk assessment, compliance is again checking that all the rules, regulations, and the things you are actually following there. So we have these different type of certifications which people do to be the part of the GRC team. But again, this comes under cybersecurity as well too. Learning the compliance, what rules, what regulations they generally supposed to follow over there. Okay. So this was the plan I was having for this particular session over there. Okay. And let me know what questions you are having at the moment, if anyone is having any questions. Okay. If anyone is having any question, let me know, else we're good for the day. As it is the beginning of the session, that's why I have not shown you any hands-on over there. Correct? Else I do have a complete lab setup to show you multiple attacks. There are almost 15 to 20 virtual machines I'm having, but we need to understand the topics first, okay, before moving further into the security. So that's why the hands-on will come up, but generally should be the later into the sessions there.